We are still getting reaction this morning after that 5.2 magnitude earthquake hit Southern California yesterday. Take a look at this video from inside a classroom in San Diego. You can see the teacher and the students taking cover under their desks. Even thousands of people attending the Coachella Music Festival could feel the shaking.
It kind of felt like you were shaking a lot, but then it was kind of like scary a little.
We were in the car and there was an earthquake, and I thought my friend was just dancing in the back seat, but we just saw the sign shaking and got a little worried, but we're all good now.
Yeah, I saw the signs moving. I was like, oh shoot, it's actually an earthquake. That was crazy.
I felt that earthquake. It was the first one I've ever felt. I've only lived here since 21.
Oh my goodness, so
It swayed back and forth.
what did you see? What swayed?
The floor. Well, I mean, it felt like the floor. Nothing was damaged in my home.
Okay, good.
And then I have an earthquake app, so I looked right away. And then I reassured my family who lives far away.
NBC's Dana Griffin reports from the quake's epicenter in the small town of Julian.
This is the epicenter of that 5.2 magnitude quake here in Julian, California. This is a mountainous tourist community known for their apple pies. Right now, Main Street behind us is thriving. We've got cars on the road, hikers going back and forth. For people that were here at 10:08 when that earthquake hit, it was very jarring for many people. They say it sounded like a freight train. Many people were shaken so hard they ran out of buildings for safety. We've seen images of a mom picking up her baby, fleeing outside of their home for safety. Now, the last time we've had a 5.2 magnitude quake in California was August 9th, 2024. That is near the Grapevine area. And obviously, California, we're used to earthquakes, but this was a pretty significant one. The good news is, with a magnitude of 5, you're likely just going to see items flying off shelves. We've seen a liquor store that had some bottles that were broken, but for the most part, you have no issue with structural damage, which is a good sign. We've had no reports of injuries, no structural damage, but for the people in this town, it was obviously very jarring, and many of them telling us they are so glad it wasn't worse. Back to you.
Dana Griffin with that report. Let's bring in Chris. Chris, I always like to use this opportunity to explain to people, you don't think of earthquakes as weather, but this does actually fall within some of the parameters that you guys follow over in the Weather Center.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm your station scientist, so anything science, I'm going to talk about it. But real quick, y'all, I'm going to put this in perspective locally. So who remembers back in 2020 that we had that earthquake in Sparta, North Carolina? That was a 5.1. So some of the aftershocks and the effects there that we felt here in the Carolinas, very similar. So it's almost exactly. That was a 5.1. This is a 5.2. That was back in 2020, believe it or not. So it's been a while. A lot longer the last time that we had that magnitude earthquake here in the Carolinas compared to over in California. Speaking of, I really want to show you this video. This is absolutely amazing to see. So we're going to look what the animals are going to do here. And we're focusing in on the elephants here at the San Diego Zoo at the Safari Park. Once the quake starts, the herd starts running, and shortly after, the animals form what experts call an alert circle. That's right, maybe we can do this in life. They say that a natural response is to perceive for threats is to protect the herd, so they'll all gather together in this alert circle. And the zoo says the elephants are now back to normal and doing their normal routine. So there you go, an alert circle. And look at that, they're all looking around. Very cool. I've never seen anything like that. But for us, we are not need to be alert about anything. But I want to real quickly raise your IQ on plate tectonics and earthquakes. So it's this line that's right along the Carolina shoreline that constantly has earthquakes. Over the last 10 days, all of those circles represent the minor earthquakes that we felt. Anytime you see a 2, most of these are 2, you don't really feel them. It's the 3 that you start feeling things. Once you get to a 5, yeah, you're feeling it. Boy, did we feel that one here in North Carolina back in 2020. So about 1,500 of these at a 5+ magnitude happen worldwide each and every year. The energy equivalent, 1 million pounds of explosives. Now, of course, that's spread across a great area. Now, to put this also in another perspective, the biggest headline that we've had in the earthquake world was a major to great earthquake that happened over here, Mandalay, over in Myanmar. That was a 7.7. And put in that perspective, whenever you have a great earthquake like that approaching an 8, that's severe damage, billions of dollars in loss, and then loss of life is going to be a possibility. This one, usually there's some property damage. Everyone is feeling it. More of those that kind of alerts or alarms people, and even alarms some elephants. Nothing to be alarmed about in the weather category here locally. Everything is fine and dandy. So transferring from geology to meteorology,